Hi everyone! Now we're going to wrap up our lesson on comparative and superlative. Let me share with you a short story about my trips this year. This way you can see how comparative and superlative work in the real life. This year, I had some amazing trips and each place gave me a different feeling. In the spring, I went to the mountains. The air there was fresher than in the city, and the view was more beautiful than I expected. It was also colder than anywhere else I had been before. Honestly, it was the most peaceful place of all my trips. In the summer, I went to the beach. The weather was hotter than in the mountains, but swimming in the sea was more relaxing than hiking uphill. The seafood there were the freshest and the most delicious I have ever tasted. In the autumn, I traveled to a small town by the river. Life there was slower and quieter than in the city. The local people was friendlier than I thought, and their food was cheaper than in any other place I visited. I think that town was the most charming destination of my whole year. Looking back, every trip was special in its own way. The mountains was the most peaceful, the beach was the most exciting, and the little town was the most surprising. I feel my years was happier and richer thanks to these journeys. And that's how we can use comparative and superlative to talk about real experiences. Now, let's quickly review the rules together. Comparative are used when we compare two things. For example, the beach is more relaxing than the mountain. Superlative are used when we compare one thing to the whole group. For example, the view from the mountain was the most beautiful. And here are some important reminders. Some adjectives with two syllables can also take ER for the comparative and EST for the superlative. For example, clever, cleverer, cleverest. Comparative forms are often followed by than. For example, crime is much bigger problem in this country than in many other countries. Superlative forms are usually preceded by the. For example, our local police force is the best in the country. So, the key idea is this. Short words usually take ER or EST with double consonant when needed, while long words use more, most. And don't forget the irregular forms. See you next time!
Created using Powtoon.